Hello, everybody. Just wanted to reach out to you with a couple personalized videos, just kind of showing you just an overview of where everything is. So you can see on my screen right now, I have Connect pulled up. Now I'm doing this video kind of as a general video, so depending on which section you're in, things may look a little different. But for the most part, everything will be the same. Just some of the wording may be a little different, or some of the assignments are going to look a little different, but everything should be pretty clear with how it looks. So here is Connect. This is your student view. Now, the first thing, of course, is that for you to have access to Connect, you need to go to your course homepage. For some of you, that'll be, of course, in Canvas. But either way, on that home page, you will see the some sort of label that says here's how to access Connect, and it has some instructions, but most importantly, it has a specific link to your course section. And so you click on that link. If you already have a Connect account, you will just have to put in your sign-in information. If you have never purchased Connect, you can go through the steps and we'll show you how to purchase Connect. And realize that with Connect, you, for instance, for those of you who bought this at the bookstore, it comes bundled with the e-text. Otherwise, you can choose if you want to purchase the e-text, and then you have an optional additional purchase at a much reduced price to get the, I think, the loose leaf hole punched version of the textbook. Nothing that you need in this class requires the hard copy of the textbook. Most students give feedback that they like reading on the hard copy better, but you can use the e-text just fine. So once you get into the Connect course, you're going to see something like this. Of course, in this case, this is my 2214 class, section 3. And when you look here on the home page, you can see right now the only thing that I have posted are the week 1 assignments, and you can drop down and see all of those right there. Now, these are not individually, these may not be listed in your Excel course calendar, but these are just kind of grouped under, would be like chapter 1 assignments or week 1 assignments in this case. You'll see here, so if you have different classes, in this case, just have the one class, you can select the different classes here. Make sure you are looking in the correct class. As I get more assignments created, you're going to see more weeks populate right here. Oh, and as I'm kind of going through here, you could see, I mentioned here's the option to purchase the loose leaf of the textbook. And a lot of students, this is just kind of a little warning here. A lot of students like to use the to-do list, which makes a whole lot of sense, that you can click on the to-do list and see all of the things that you have, you see due in the next 7 days. So let's say you even have multiple classes in Connect, you will see all of your upcoming assignments here. Unfortunately, I've talked to enough students that not all of their assignments that are due show up in the to-do, which is kind of a problem. Oops, got out of student view, which would be kind of a problem if that's what you're looking for to complete assignments. So just make sure you are aware of that. I always recommend students go to their specific class, click to their specific class, and look at the individual assignments and complete them this way. You'll obviously see these are the ones that are open. Your quiz has not opened yet. You can also see that Connect has a kind of to-do list calendar that will show all of this, and this is going to look very similar to what I have in your Excel sheet. Okay, let's go back to our class here. One big thing to make sure that you are aware of, this is not just in Connect, this is for all of your assignments that you can look at the Excel calendar for the day that they're due, but all of your assignments are going to be due at 5 p.m. unless otherwise noted. And this just ensures that you get them done before the end of the day. I'm usually checking my email at night. And so if you have any issues, this allows me to, for you to find out about the issues and reach out to me, and I can get back to you as soon as possible. Other things in Connect to look out for, of course, you can look for the results. This is kind of like your grade book that you have. One thing to note in Connect is that the initial way that Connect displays your grade, especially this will be for assignments that have multiple attempts, which is most of your assignments in Connect, is that it will give you an average score. So some things like your homework, I report your best score, but just know that Connect will kind of throw you off because it shows your average score. Of course, as I'm looking at this, I do apologize for the glare from this light here in my room. A couple other things to mention from Connect, other things. So I have assignments in here to point some of this out, but there's a lot of things in here that you can use just on your own without even me assigning. So one of the things here, and I've assigned these in most of the chapters, is called LearnSmart or Smart Book, depending on what you have. You can see right here, this is the chapter 1 LearnSmart. So if you go into the LearnSmart, this is a really interesting and pretty powerful program if you use it correctly, and a lot of students have found benefit in this. This is meant to make reading your chapter a little more engaging, as opposed to just reading a book and not really knowing if you're getting anything. The way that LearnSmart works is that you will pull up a chapter. So here's chapter 1, section 1, and you'll see that it has some items highlighted. And this is just kind of telling you, hey, this is the most important stuff. Read these highlighted items. And so you'll read the highlighted items. Obviously, you can read the other stuff if you want to, but you're reading the highlighted items, you're reading. And then eventually, after you've spent a couple minutes reading, the system is going to flash down here, and this is gonna blink blue. And this means that you are going to practice and kind of see how well you have retained some of the material that you have just read about. So if we click on this, we can go ahead and see. And with this, you are only graded by completing the assignment. And you complete the assignment by working through a certain number of questions and getting them correct. But if you just go through and just answer correctly, you're not going to be getting the benefit of the program. Because you can see here, tap your answer in the box. Blank tends to focus on form and structure, while blank focuses on the mechanisms and functions of these structures. So let's see. It sounds like this is anatomy, and this is physiology. And I'm going to say, I know this. And you can see that it's getting two different types of information. Did I get the question correct? And how confident was I in that information? And so if you answer this correctly, the software is going to keep track of these are the items that you knew well and you were confident in, and these are the assignments, are the questions, the topics that you didn't know well. So for instance, you could be very confident in something but get it wrong. And that means the system is going to send you resources to that page in the textbook and more questions to address that one topic. Where, of course, you could get the correct answer, but say that you're not very confident, it's still going to send you questions on that topic to reinforce that learning. So let's do the next one. Anatomy is the study of what? And you go, I'm pretty sure, I think it's diseases, and go, well, I'm unsure. And so it tells you, oh, this was the correct answer, but it's remembering how confident you were, and it will keep asking you new questions. You can see in this case 59 items left. So anyway, if there's something that you want to read up on, you can take this topic and you can click over here to the read about this, and it will take you to that section in the book where that information is found. And then of course you can click back on the question and answer exactly what you need. Our scientists who study the structure and form of organisms. Let's say that is an anatomist. Okay, I am correct. And you can keep going through it that way. Study function of body parts, neurologist, no idea. And so you can keep going. You can see on this one, I was trying to get to one that actually has a different little bit of information. So here's, it just talks about slides here. So you can go back, let's say, to our question to continue. click through it, and here we are. So the more that you work through this, you obviously need some time, so don't do this last minute, but if you use it correctly, it really will help you. And then after you've answered a couple questions, this will start to flash blue, and you'll go back and read some more in the textbook. And then let's say you did this over Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and here it's next Tuesday, you're wanting to study for the quiz. You can actually hit, I don't know exactly where it is or if it will show it for me, but you will see what says, it'll call, I think it calls it recharge, and you can hit recharge and it will ask you those most missed topic questions again for you to keep reviewing the information and to keep it fresh in your mind. So LearnSmart, SmartBook, this is a really good program, pretty easy, pretty simple, good way to get some pretty simple, easy points for your grade as well. So let me get back to our home page. Here we go, leave SmartBook. So here we are back at the home page. Of course, here is your e-text. Here's another thing. I have some questions from this as well, but this is called Practice Anatomy Lab. And of course, we are not face-to-face, and so we are not in the lab, and we do not have access to our models that we normally do. But the good news is that you actually do have models that you can access in a whole bunch of different pictures. So let's say you're in chapter 1, you can go to study body organization, and it shows you different models. And you can look here and you can click on and off to see where these different regions are. So not super exciting, there's nothing super amazing in this, but at least helps you see on a model and see different features of it. You can keep going through, click on the name of each structure to reveal its location on the model photo. Same thing here, you can see the buccal region, nasal region, oral region. And okay, so you say, hey, that was good, let's look at directional terms and so on. So you can keep going through here. And then when you think that you are ready, you see we were in the study body organization section. Now we want to practice it. So let's go to regions of the head, identify the major regions of the head. Of course, on the teacher side, it already has this answered, but you would have these to drag and drop to practice these different things. So yeah, you can see since I'd already answered it, but we can take these out to kind of show you, oh, there it is, reset. And so now you get to practice it. Frontal, parietal, occipital, temporal, and facial. Oh, is it going to let me check my answer? Guess not. But anyway, you get the idea. So you can go through the things that you just practiced. You can go through the items that you just practiced, and then to see how well you know it. And you can see how much information and material is in here for all of the different organ systems that you will encounter. So you have questions on this in your homework, but you can also do it on your own. You certainly don't need to wait for me to assign any of that. The last thing that I want to show you is Anatomy and Physiology Revealed. This is a real live dead cadaver with different images that you can do, and this is a very powerful program here. So for instance, you can do this as kind of a study pathway as well, just sort of like what we looked at. You can look at the body position. So you have anatomical position, you have prone, you have supine. You can see planes of section that you can click through. Once again, you're clicking through, seeing these different things. But you can also, if you're looking for a specific structure, so you are looking for the heart, you can just type in, heart, and you can see all of the different images that they have of the heart. There are different animations that you can look at that I don't even have access to assign to you. All of this is in here that you can see. So there's a lot in here for you to study. So for instance, we can look at, so that's just kind of overview picture. Let's see. Actual dissection image, you can come over here to look at the different layers that they have. So you can remove different layers to see different structures. So there we remove the skin. You can see different items there to remove all the way. So really, really neat program here for things that you can look at. You can also 3D model some of these items. You have the practice atlas that you can go through to, of course, practice these items. This again shows you click on and off where these items are. You have different animations. You can look at histology views. You can look at imaging, so like CAT scans, MRIs, and then you also have a quiz that you can do as well of your different structures that you want to look at. So these are things that you've just looked at, lab practical, and so on. So there's a lot in here. Once again, you'll see some of these questions that I assign in your homework. So that is the brief overview of Connect. Just play around with it, make sure you keep up with it, make sure that you are checking in for your homework. You can read in the syllabus the different policies and I guess instructions for each assignment. For your homework, you get unlimited attempts. Excuse me, for your homework, you get 3 attempts, but you only have to correct your wrong answers. So in 3 attempts, as you're correcting your wrong answers, you should still be able to get a high % correct score by the end of the time. But of course, you're going to have to spend time in it. That's not something you can do last minute. For your quizzes, you get unlimited attempts. Questions will be randomly selected, but it will be timed. So it's meant to monitor or to measure kind of quick recall of information. And then different exams will have slightly different policies depending on the topic. So I'll always send you information on that. But as always, just let me know if you have any questions and I will be happy to answer any issues and address any issues that you have. So just make sure, check the syllabus, look through all of this, and then reach out if you still have some issues that you encounter. All right, talk to you all later.